phase. So looks like they are just probably going to go with the Viego on this one because it is extremely strong. And if you are playing around mid, if you get into a lot of skirmishes, all you need is one kill and then you're going to get the resets, and it's very hard to deal with it.
But on the other side, I told you, I know their palette. Gwen is going to be picked up because TheShy, this is his most played champion of the split. He doesn't have a huge champion pool with his late entrance in the split. IG have just been going with their comfort so far.
Yeah, and we see the Varus come through as well. Ziggs being banned away, something that can kind of match him in range. I wonder if we'll see the Kalista, because we've often seen that as the answer to the Varus. Just able to pressure it in lane, and it looks like RA are leaning towards that. It'll be interesting to see if they prioritize the support here as well, just so they can lock in a strong bot lane before things get thinned out. We'll see if they end up going for that, or they look to prioritize potentially a mid laner, because we could see the pool thinned out, and that's why IG has potentially a little bit of an advantage on this red side. If RA don't pick their support, if they don't pick their mid laner, IG can pick their own and then start to ban away, and they have that first pick in the next range of picks to sort of prioritize. So they will go for what looks like going to be the support. We'll wait till I lock it in. If it is the Leona, I could see IG going for the Braum as a response.
Okay, well, mid laner actually in the end. Unfortunate we get FoFo or the Azir. Watch Rookie just pick Orianna here, Orcs. You know it's going to happen.
Oh,
you know, not the greatest
I really
matchup.
hope not.
You know, or Corky. Watch him do Corky. That would be great. We could fall asleep all over again.
Yeah, I mean, this is not. We had too much Azir today, honestly. That I didn't want to see as much Azir as we've had, but it looks like instead they're going to prioritize that Lee Sin. Haven't seen as much Lee Sin in the lane since it got nerfed, so very much expecting this to go in the jungle. Does apply that early pressure, and we said that's going to be an important factor, especially if Rookie does take something in the mid lane that's going to look to challenge FoFo. But now the team has picked their supports in this situation. I think IG can look to ban away some of the picks that would pair up with a Kalista. We could also look to thin out the top lane pool, just maybe things that cause issue against the Gwen, and they are going to go in that direction with that Jace ban coming through.
What else would you like to see in the top lane? Because things like the Cannon, Cube hasn't played that, but he's played it in previous splits. We've always seen that as a counter towards the Gwen. What else kind of floats your boat here?
I think that works well. I think honestly into the Gwen, you could pick the Tahm Kench and kind of just sort of withstand the laning phase, and it's kind of hard for the Gwen really to go too aggressive on you. I think it kind of really depends what you're looking for, whether you're looking to play towards your top laner. I think I would lean more to things like the Tahm Kench, simply because when you have a Kalista in the bot lane, it's pretty evident what RA want to play around, right? You don't want to leave that lane isolated. So I would prefer something along those lines that kind of can just stand up against the Gwen, but you don't need to play for. You know, so we'll see how they end up going in that direction. We do start seeing those supports banned away. It's actually Leona banned away from IG, so potentially concerned about them having that first priority on that next pick coming through here. And
Talked about it though.
I think Braum makes sense. Normally, I'm not a big fan of playing Braum, but the thing with Kalista is Kalista has very specific pairings, right? There's certain champions you put her with, and then there's engaged champions. Your Leonas, your Rakans, your Alistairs, your Rels. Braum is pretty comfortable into a lot of those. So I think this makes complete sense to take it here. The Taric could be a good one because he doesn't actually have to get in melee range off the Braum. So we'll see what they go with.
And it's a speciality of Hung. I want to put that out there. Let's see if the Rel actually gets locked in the end. His Taric, yes. Love this. This is something we've seen in the past. Hung and Maestro, both on this team. I don't know what happened to Maestro, by the way. Hey, he got a solo kill as a Nautilus support against the jungler and got subbed out, which is wrong. But Hung, he's already played the Taric. He got an 18 KDA, but more importantly, he's played this a lot over his career.
Oh, and actually, this would be interesting. They might end up putting the Viego in the solo lane and taking the Olaf. So we haven't seen as much Viego solo lane just because it got nerfed with your damage to minions and your sustain a fair bit. But, I mean, with this composition, the Viego should be able to hold up fine against the Gwen in the top lane. Olaf with Kalista and Taric, you just run forwards and you have so much support and backup. It should really be hard to deal with. And now, for IG, it all comes down to what they want to pick to finalize things. They go for the Diana. They could end up they are flexing the Lee Sin to mid lane, looking for a bit more pressure onto that Azir. And if the Lee Sin does connect with a Sonic Wave, you can kick him back into you.
And that's what we get. We get Diana, a Lee Sin through the mid lane synergy. Remember that Rookie and Shun have been pairing up towards the later halves of the split, and something we've highlighted for IG. But coming through here, Orcs, walk me through. Start with IG's comp, because we have a lot of different moving parts that I'm trying to get the bearings of.
So I think a big thing is that obviously we've talked about how Diana kind of wants to farm up to 6, but you have this Lee Sin who's a really powerful skirmisher. So once you hit that point, you know, you can basically lean into any lane and play through, but ideally you want mid to be in a position where FoFo's a bit under pressure, threatened by the Lee Sin, and then you can lean that pressure to the side lanes. You have a Varus in the bot lane who once he's 6 can set up easily. The Braum has to follow up. In the top lane, the Gwen, maybe not as good, but it's still an opportunity to punish. I think for the side of RA, though, is very distinctly you're playing through that bot lane, right? The Azir is just going to be a priority bot in the early stage of the game. That is your job. You achieve priority so that your team can play through bot lane, and that should be the goal. I think you can lean towards top on the Viego, but for the most part, I want to see this Kalista Taric in a prime position to take over the game.
Because it's fabulous. It's magical. It's dazzling. That's what it is when you get thrown in with the Fate's Call. It is such a cool old school duo, something that we don't see anymore. And I just love seeing Taric on Summoner's Rift because you have to remember as well, it's still got the problem being thrown into the Braum, but Dazzle's the line. It goes through. Does Dazzle go through Braum Shield, Orcs? I'm not sure if that's throwing you in the deep end. That's a great question, though, isn't it?
That is a good question. I guess we'll see. But I think it's more just the fact that if you have something like Alistair, you engage with your body, right?
Yeah.
If you have something like, you know, Leona, you engage with your body. Taric doesn't need to engage with his body. He can just put, you know, the Dazzle onto the Olaf, and Olaf can just charge through, right?
He dazzles, I think that's the thing, his body. Yeah.
Exactly, he does. I think that's the thing for me, and I think as well, you know, we could just see Leyan and iBoy in particular just kind of circumvent Lucas and just go on to Wink in this situation.
As we enter Summoner's Rift, folks, again, IG already out of playoffs. If you're wondering, this team that had always made playoffs since 2014 summer, every single split, have broken it. 7 long years of being the old faithful Invictus Gaming are not in playoffs for 2021 summer. They're already out. But for Rare Adam, they're in it. They're in it to win it because their potential for top 6, nay, top 4 from winning this series is quite high. As we enter Summoner's Rift to find out whose cuisine can bring supreme. I don't know. I don't know if anyone remembers Iron Chef. While I'm wearing this chef outfit, I'm feeling very inspired. There was a show on SBS in Australia called Iron Chef, and it was great. And I don't know what country it was from, but that was a banger. So shout out to anyone who watched SBS in 2006 or 7.
Look at Leyan's skin, by the way.
Oh, yes. Inspired as well.
He's on board. He's on board.
He's on board for this one, and so is RA. The Dazzle's there. They got Wink. Level 1 for Hung is going to be so strong. A bit of a turnaround with concussive blows, but Lucas and Wink don't get the last hit onto Hung. And there's a sustain in RA's bottom lane. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, this is what you want to see, right? Oh, the flash.
Okay, Ignite's there as well. He's down. RA have just taken IG apart at 2 minutes.
And this is exactly what you want to see. The Taric, the Kalista, so strong, level 1. And the Braum, what can he do? He can't shield, he can't block any of the auto attacks, and iBoy and Hung just completely circumvent him. Really solid play coming out from the bot lane of RA, and it's exactly what you're going to see if you're a fan of Rare Adam. This is definitely Rare Adam, it's not the Raw Adam. They get that early advantage. This now means they're in a really comfortable position in this bot lane. Wink losing both summoners as well. And it's just the confidence to go for this play. And just what can Lucas do here, right? He applies the passive. Great. And iBoy actually flashing over the Q to avoid the slow.
That was fabulous. I mean, Hung going for the all-in. This is why I talked about his Taric. He's pulled it out many a split. And it's always been exceptional. For RA running a comp that I remember from 2020. No, let's say 2021 spring, I think, is the most relevant time. And now that they got first blood, iBoy in so much control. A 10 CS lead down the bottom lane here, Orcs. And you talked about bottom lane being a focus for RA. Jungle hasn't even gotten involved yet.
Yeah, he's not even phased. He's actually critically matching Jun on this path thing. And this is really bad for Diana because you're going to see that top scuttle taking probably Yen, right? How is Diana going to get a scuttle in this game? Because you cannot go for the bot scuttle because there's so much control offered by RA's bot lane. So they're already moving up to secure the scuttle crab. Leyan's already taken the top lane one. This is a 0 scuttle start for Jun on this Diana, which is, you know, worst case scenario overall. Actually, I'm not sure if they secured the scuttle on the minimap yet or if they're waiting for Leyan to come over. But look, what can the Diana do? Like, you walk in the jungle to put a ward down, but there's no camps up, right? There's nothing to take.
Out you go. Out you go here for sure. while the Olaf starts walking towards bot. Bot lane got a good back off. That's a Noon Quiver. However, this intelligent path and Cube actually might be dead. The Ignite's already down. In comes Shun. Great response, hits the Shy's lane hard and gets himself a kill.
And honestly, I'm just going to flame Cube here. That is the only thing that Diana can do right now. All of your camps are respawning. Both Scuttle Crabs are down. The only thing that Diana can do is gank, and you're pushed up in your lane and you don't respect it. So, got to be critical there. It's a mistake from Cube, because otherwise that would have been the Diana completely kind of shut out on that first clear. But you can see the Olaf, level 5 already, 3 camps ahead thanks to those 2 Scuttles he picked up, and he's now already farming through his second clear. So, it's a good start for Leyan, even with that kill going over to Jun.
Yeah, I feel like for Leyan as well. We're all looking at the 40 CS mark as he's hit right now. More importantly, level 5 on the Olaf, and Dragon spawning in 15 seconds. He's got access to bot. A Noon Quiver and a flash from Leyan. He's got Dazzle as well. He gets both of them. Double Undertow on top. The Winter's Bite, not going to matter. Wink dead for a second time. And that TP, I would regret that if I was Rookie. Undertow one more time. Yeah. He's out of the fight. And Rare Adam, you know what? It's IG that'll roar this time.
Absolutely, and we saw the interaction there. The Dazzle did go through, the Braum shield catch them both. And it's just the confidence. You know that Wings flashes down, so Leyan just flashes straight on him. Doesn't give him any window. He's now missing this massive wave. He's already down in farm. Rookie will be able to pick it up, but this is just such a rough start for the bot lane of IG. The only real saving grace is obviously that kill they picked up earlier, but it is not a good spot. Now, iBoy may be in trouble here.
Okay,
doesn't have the flash, doesn't have the cleanse.
Lucas stand behind me as well. The good little kite away, but iBoy still gets hit, and Wink picks up the kill. Response from Shun so far, 2 for 2 in kill participation.
Yeah, and I think this was just, again, a bit of a mistake from iBoy where you don't need to step up in that situation, right? Your support's not there, your jungler's left. You can just wait for the wave to push into you. There's no reason necessarily you have to be there. And as a result, it's given more windows to over to IG. I think RA have played this early game better, but they've made these fumbles, and IG have been able to punish. And now Shun's looking for Hang here, and
but iBoy's on the way.
In trouble. I think it's a bit too far, but this is going to zone them off this wave.
No flash is available for Hung as well. Note that RA's bottom lane still, it's a Noon Quiver to double longsword. Dazzle won't connect. Hung walks back under the turret. He's going to get hit, flashes away, but Shun just follows it up while Lucas tanks it. What's going on? 5 kills in 6 minutes? Very different series so far as IG are just back in the game.
Yeah, and they've denied so much farm. I mean, remember, Wink was down significantly compared to iBoy, and now he has a lead in terms of CS. RA, they leave us a moment where IG can punish the bot lane, and they just do so much to shut them down. Really in a bit of a rough spot here. Now, Leyan will take this window to start up the dragon, but that lead your bot lane had accrued has completely just disappeared. And also, although Shun's still down in experience, he's caught up in gold thanks to all the assists, well, the assist and the 2 kills he's gotten out the back of this.
He's got two, I mean, he's got a blasting one, he's got a Hextech Alternator. This is just a crazy way for the game to continue. Leyan will get the first dragon, as well as the 3rd scuttle, as he moves into the enemy jungle after picking up some of the lettuce. He's got Lucas, who is moving the same way. So, Aux, walk me through what I should be looking at now. I have no bloody idea, honestly. Like, you know, I did talk about IG turning mangoes into mango pudding. That's what this game's been so far, as Lucas got it.
Oh, my lord.
Sure thing.
I think the big thing here is Dana's about to hit that level 6. Still, Leyan, he's level 7. Very powerful right now, but you shut down the bot lane of RA, which is critically important. Top lane's kind of fine. TheShy has an advantage there. Mid lane, Rookie hasn't really been able to do much in this matchup, but he's there for those skirmishes. Lee Sin isn't the champion he used to be, where he just falls off a cliff. He still is very relevant on like 2 items, 3 items. And RA are looking for more windows, but you can see IG comfortable to stand up. They now have that ult available to the Varus, so iBoy has to respect that. If he gets caught by the chains of corruption, if the Braum passive, the concussive blows connects, he's going to be in trouble. And so as a result, that pressure bot has been completely negated, and it's now on Leyan for RA. Leyan has to be the driving force.
And we're watching him right now on the bottom side of the map, moving up top side. If he's going to be the driving force, am I looking towards top? Do you double down in bot? I guess I want more direction here, Aux, because the Olaf being the strongest member, it used to be iBoy this game, who, by the way, he just burned his flash. We didn't see down bottom lane. iBoy's just burnt his flash. So
Yeah.
As everyone starts moving up towards Herald, just note that this Kalista is flashless.
Yeah, Chains of Corruption from Wink forcing that has to be respected. I think the play for me is going for that Herald, right? You don't have to involve iBoy in the play. You can kind of just chill bot. You bring the Taric, you bring the Olaf. Olaf's still 2 levels up. You play for this, and Shun shouldn't want to contest this one because he's so weak in comparison. But that being said, if they bring both bot laners, this could be the play, right? If Wink and Lucas both turn up and iBoy still bot, this does give you a numbers advantage you can play for. And remember, Hung isn't even level 6 yet on this Taric. He doesn't have that ultimate available. So I think IG have an opportunity to challenge, and it's all on the Olaf to kind of turn things around.
Okay, Lucas and Wink closely behind each other. TheShy's moving in as well, has priority on the top side. That's a level 8 Gwen, excuse me, not getting ahead of myself. Herald close to losing its patience and resetting. But IG have now moved into the river. 5-man unit there. They're all inning as well as Herald does reset, but it's onto the fight. The flash into the backline, the Heartbreaker not going to get out, and the Moonfall is a one-man journey. Invictus Gaming blow them up, and Rare Adam separated throughout objective.
And now, Rare Adam, that lead for the Olaf, kind of in a rough spot. You're going to see Jun picking up the Herald. He's equal in terms of gold. He got a level off the back of that fight. He's at that point where Diana feels really strong, and he's going to be able to pick up even more gold on the back of that Herald. So RA, they wanted to play through Leyan, but because they didn't bring enough numbers initially, they don't have enough strength. They didn't have the Cosmic Radiance. They didn't have the Kalista there, and they end up just getting a little bit dismantled. So now IG firmly in the driver's seat. That pressure bot is gone. The pressure of the jungle matchup dissipated, and it's now on Shun, who can take over the game. We can see the replay. They're just so divided, and they can't step up because they're waiting for Kalista to get here, because they didn't bring iBoy early enough, and IG just take this window to engage.
And a good ulti from Lucas as well. I think it hits max range. Rather not. Maybe it didn't. Excuse me. But you talk about them being separated. We get another couple of kills over the Herald, over to Invictus Gaming as well. A 1k gold lead. And Aux at this point with the Herald too to elevate this early game. That's what we wanted to see, right? What we want to see from IG. A very strong mid game using Lee Sin, using the Varus, and pushing the tempo ahead.
And now they're in a good spot. And I think the thing for RA is that they wanted smaller skirmishes, right? If it was just like Olaf, Viego, they were both quite strong. You get a kill, Viego gets the reset, you're in a great spot. But the second it became that full-on 5v5, the Olaf just got focused down. Couldn't just run in between 5 people and be there. And again, not bringing iBoy was a critical mistake. And now TheShy level 9, he's got Ninja Tabby, he's got the I forgot the name of the component, the little thing that builds in the Rift Maker. Yeah, that's it. And at that point, he is now pretty far ahead thanks to the gold he picked up from that fight. So top is going a bit rough. Bot lane is now getting pressured out with Shun here. He's going to Herald and take the tower. Things are falling apart for Rare Adam.
In what a game that shouldn't have fallen apart. A 2v2 kill at level 2 versus level 1. Bottom lane should be over. The Olaf was having a great time in the jungle. And somehow Invictus Gaming now up 2,000 gold. Now a lot of people will be saying, they'll find a way to throw it away. Don't worry. Let's see. Because RA have done that themselves as Hung will help stop the Herald charge. But it still gets the headbutt into the turret. But RA, this is what you want to see. FoFo with the Emperor's Divide. The 120 CS Azir is right where he needs to be. His rookie's on top of Leyan, gets out with a little safeguard. And in front of Dragon, I mean, IG is still continuing this. There's a Chains of Corruption. Fate's Call used as iBoy has himself a little Cosmic Glory. Over the wall, Hung's going to give himself the ulti. That's great, but for RA, it only hits 2 members. And now Cube has to do so much work, but Shun gets the Moonlight down. RA, they've traded here, but the resets won't be enough. In front of 4 members, it's now about the needlework. TheShy in the front of everyone. And Rare Adam have lost 2. Invictus Gaming with 1 blocked out damage as Lucas. And the Sonic Wave to not connect. Invictus Gaming win the fight. They pulled themselves out. And RA just have to clear the waves and give up with it.
And RA just weren't able to get the grouping with the ultimate coming down from the Taric. As you said, it only hit 2. And essentially, IG just kited away, waited for it to expire, and then looked for that re-engage. And honestly, without the tower being placed down there by FoFo, I think IG potentially could have gone deeper and looked for more. Rare Adam will pick up that dragon. It's going to be an Ocean Soul, which with an Olaf, definitely really powerful, but it still feels like these fights are pretty rough for them to take. A lot is burn initially onto Hung here, and he's able to dodge it away with the Kalista roll. But this re-engage comes in, the ult comes down, and IG are like, cool, we're just backing away. And then when the fight starts to continue, you know, iBoy's not hitting anyone. FoFo's only just now starting to hit people. The Olaf isn't here. It just feels like IG are this close-knit unit playing around the Braum passive, and Rare Adam are just super divided.
You're right, the Sun Turret, if it wasn't there, IG would have continued forward. And, you know, playing IG game the IG way. 2K gold lead still there, folks. And note that the Dragon went down to RA at the end of the day. So it makes the game a little bit longer, much towards the Azir, the Viego's glee. I'm trying to put words together here, Orcs. But I'm looking forward to the next Herald here because there's been a lot of fighting so far. 10 kills in 14 minutes is almost more than I feel like we had in the first 2 games of EDG versus LNG.
Yeah, it feels so much more explosive, honestly. And I think that's the thing, is both comps had win conditions to play to, and RA just ended up making some critical errors that IG punished. And I think really Shun has been such a massive factor in punishing these mistakes out the other side. He's looking to challenge here in the jungle for this blue buff.
It will go in. It's Invictus Gaming. They want to fight. Of course they will. Dazzle dodge to the side. TheShy over the wall. Chains Corruption. Hits max range. There's the Glacial Fissure. Into the backline as Cosmic Radiance might actually save Cube's life. He gets out thanks to Hung. But TheShy still going in as iBoy's left over the wall. He can't hop anywhere. Needlework for the glory. TheShy follows up. It's a Dazzle kind of day, as Hung is just saving everyone on Rare Adam.
And the thing is, he did a great job of saving everyone, but this is not how you want this composition to be going. If you're kiting backwards, if you're just using the ult defensively, it's not exactly ideal. You want Olaf to be able to charge in with the ult in his back. You want to be able to get resets for cubes so he can push forwards. If you're burning everything, just running away, it's not exactly working out ideally. Now, Rookie is looking for Hung here and trying to challenge him.
Now just trying to here. The kickback Sonic Wave, nicely done. Shun's able to pick up yet another kill. Kill number 3 here for the jungler of Invictus Gaming. No objective is up apart from that Herald in about 40 seconds. But again, IG just keep amounting gold out of nowhere.
And I think the big thing is Rare Adam's win con right now. They have the Azir who's going to scale well, of course, but it's looking towards that Ocean Soul. If they get that, Leyan gets a ton of value out of it. Cube as well is going to be bulky. He's going to get a lot. I think that's what they're playing towards. And they have those 2 dragons already. The third one will be pretty tricky to take if IG want to fight them. Now, this was kind of a bit disrespectful from Hung. He was just kind of like, oh, I can just walk up in his face. But then this very slick ward hop kick from Rookie just delivers him to his team.
And gives himself a little bit more momentum here in this game. 3,000 gold here, Orcs. 16 minutes in the game. Look at timers on the top left and right. Baron you can ignore for now because second Herald has spawned, but it's Dragon in 2 minutes' time. And we do have item and a half here on the Lee Sin, on the Varus. TheShy as well, pretty close towards that Zhonya's Hourglass. No, excuse me. He's only got the Rift Maker. It is the Diana for Shun, who is an item and a half strong. So IG feeling good, and Rare Adam won't be here to contest for now.
Yeah, they're too far behind. I think it's just too dangerous to try and fight this one. Would have a knock-on effect of making the Dragon very difficult to contest. So they will just give it away. And I think we could see IG use this one mid just to gain priority so they can push into that bot side river. Makes it, again, difficult for RA to really fight this Dragon, and this will be the third. IG do not want to give this one over, and particularly when you're up against the Kalista, you don't want to let RA get set up on the objective and start it off early. But for now, IG will lean in top before they go towards that Dragon area. This does give a window for Rare Adam to get some vision control, but more gold in the pockets of TheShy.
Rookie just hovering over the wall just outside of the control ward's vision. Sitting in the brush for so long, a patient play to see if Cube was unwise enough to take it. Well, you know, for RA, it feels like, I was going to say, Orcs, you know, it feels like, you know, we're just going to see if they're going to take the fight around Dragon, right? Because they've already got 2, maybe just to give it up.
Yeah, I think that might be the call, because right now it's a really nice setup. IG pushed that top wave in, so you can see now Cube has to kind of answer it. It's just holding it there. It means that they don't have to do anything on the top side of the map. The top side of the map has a push wave you don't need to deal with for now. You have a bit of time. They'll come bot. Rookie will push this bot wave in, and the whole team will go mid and get control of this Dragon area while they don't really need anyone to be answering top. And then on the back of that, they should just easily be able to get this Dragon. And RA, looks like they are potentially toying with the idea of contesting this one. Securing that third one would be a massive step, and if they win a team fight off the back of it, they can put themselves in a comfortable position. But again, they're behind. I think the critical thing to look at is getting an early kill in the fight so Cube gets a reset. If someone from IG goes down quickly, they can get a ton of value.
Well, like Lucas maybe. There's the Fate's call. You want to reset, have it.
There you go.
However, Cube wasn't even there, so it doesn't matter at the end, but that's a pick. Thank you so much, Lucas. and now IG just want to get mid turret as a small response.
Yeah, and we do see them, they're going to be secured the dragon, which is big, puts them one away from that soul, something that IG consistently has to care about, but IG are just going to take mid tier 1 and tier 2 with this Herald, and this is the trade-off. It's a lot of golds, a lot of structural advantage that RA end up trading for that third dragon. And if they don't get the soul, who cares, right? If you don't end up getting that soul, that extra dragon doesn't really amount to anything, and they have given over a lot to secure it. So it really is going to be big whether they can actually translate that into a fourth one.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm surprised IG actually winning out in the trade when you look at the gold stats. You look at what we just saw, a bit sus from Lucas, you know, getting caught out in the river. And Aux, you know, I know you joined us on the LPL this split, and I know you've watched LPL in the past as well. But IG, and especially this split, you're always suspicious when they have a gold lead. It doesn't matter if it's 10k or 1,000 gold. Invictus Gaming with a gold lead, I think, is worse than Invictus Gaming with a discrepancy. I would rather have IG 5,000 gold down than 5,000 gold up. Because when they're up, 9 out of 10 times they throw it. they throw it right in the bin.
It's the confidence. It's the confidence that comes with it. Like, we're ahead. We can do what we want. Lucas, you want to go ward the river? Yeah, go ahead, dude. Go. Oh, you're dead? Well, next time we'll just do it better, right? Yeah. I think it's that confidence that ends up backfiring. Whereas when you're behind, you're fishing for those minute windows. I think RA have done a good job, considering how kind of disastrous the early game ended up being. They have managed to keep things a little bit stable. They're still down in gold, and I think the thing that particularly is problematic is that top lane matchup. Cube 0-3, 30 CS down compared to the TheShy, and this is a Gwen, right? This champion has the fortune of being made in the year 2021, and we all know how much value that has.
Yeah, season 11 champion. I mean, Viego's there as well, but the one thing I've noticed that no matter how late game it gets, Gwen always wins. You think a champion, you know, infinitely scales, like, you know, put Senna in a 3-hour game. I'm still sure that full item Gwen would probably win it out.
It's just the healing and the damage on a third ult is obscene. And there is, you know, the saving grace for this Viego is, you know, he can just steal someone who's useful, right? Yeah. You know, if they kill the TheShy somehow, then now the cube is the fed Gwen, right?
True.
It's that simple.
That's right. So that's a big advantage. Good point to pull out. They're facing each other for the time being, but we're not at the exciting point, folks. It's an item for an item with an Oblivion Orb attached for the TheShy, just to deal with Cube's healing, of course. And the TheShy's having a pretty good time. And I want to point out again, I do this every time. It's 22 minutes in the game. The TheShy hasn't died. We give him a lot of praise for that. For Rare Adam, let's see if they can change that.
That's deserving of a round of applause. Good job.
Yeah, good job, TheShy. Let's see, though, if it's the same for Rookie, 203. Leyan spotted out as RA are just holding defensively in their own jungle. IG have full control on the top side, and there's another thing we have to mention is that Baron and his comp, not quick, but a bit of a kill. Ooh. Oh, my God, that was ambitious. Now for Leyan. Rookie's hit on him as well. Winter's Bite, Ragnarok, that's not going to stop him. There's a Fate's Call coming in as Cosmic Radiance is available for Hung, but Rookie is dead before he can sing a song to be sung. Wink over the wall. He's now trying to poke them out. The Winter's Bite, the ultimate as well. The chains fly through. RA, they're as crazy as IG in this game.
Yeah, they managed to find the re-engage with the Cosmic Radiance being so strong, but then they end up losing their jungler. Leyan didn't flash away there, which I think honestly was a bit of a mistake, and now IG are playing towards the Baron. They know that someone's going to face check.
Oh, God.
He's going to send it in. And the thing is, oh, it does actually spot them. That's the critical thing. I thought maybe if they dodged away from it, they wouldn't get any information. But they know, at least for now, the Baron hadn't been started then, but they do start it up now. And Dana does objectives pretty fast. They're TPing Rookie in as well.
So does TheShy. I mean, it's a Gwen.
Didn't respond.
It's a Gwen here. Remember, the Gwen smacks down Baron as well. The true damage from the middle of the scissors. Snip, snip time. Thanks so much. 40 seconds before the dragon.
Yeah, that's a 6,500 gold lead. IG can reset and spend. This is Ocean Soul if RA can get it, but can they really? I don't think they want to fight at this point. I mean, we've just seen the TheShy pick up his Zhonya's, and he's got the workings of a Morellonomicon. The same Shun here.
But if Lucas walks into Fog of War, You know, if somebody walks a bit too far forward, anything's possible. Giving credit to RA as well, there is a wit's end on the side of iBoy. They're in the river first here as well as TheShy has found himself. He dashed forward. Needlework gets him a little bit closer. And Invictus Gaming now hovering on the top side. RA haven't started the dragon while minions are just doing their own thing. Excuse me, that was a sun turret, ignore me. But the fight's already begun and FoFo's just poking them over the wall.
I think, honestly, RA might just coin flip this dragon. Hope they get it. If they lose the fight,
not?
Whatever, dude. We got Ocean Soul.
Rookie got in. Rookie got in without being seen. They don't know that Rookie's here. They think he's coming for a massive flank. Watch the lease in the kick. He's got him. Everyone in one. The Cosmic Radiance doesn't matter. The Moonfall brings them in, and all of a sudden, FoFo with a great ulti, but it's too late. Invictus Gaming, don't worry about the throw. That's 5 and an Ocean Soul denial.
Beautiful kick from Rookie there, and then the follow-up from Shun. The Cosmic Radiance was so close to coming down, and everyone died basically before it arrived. Only Leyan was left standing with that invincibility, but not really too useful when it's only you available. Just decimation from IG there, able to capitalize on this play, and honestly, some RA greed. They didn't need to fight that dragon. IG are a long way away from Soul, but they saw the potential Soul for themselves. They committed to it, and they get dismantled. It's now a 10,000 goal lead for IG. And my question, Hysterics, is that too much to throw?
I don't know, man. No, in the past definitely hasn't been the answer. But, I mean, watch this again. Rookie's position. Control, they didn't know he was there.
And it's just the timing. So this kick comes in.
Oh.
The Diana then follows. And look at the Cosmic Radiance. Now.
Almost.
And it's just, the problem was, we saw the Taric go down. And that actually meant the Cosmic Radiance didn't apply to iBoy. So he ends up going down as well. It was so close, you know, and actually, I think if iBoy had ulted Hung, I think he was CC'd at the time, if he was able to, though, maybe that could have gone a bit differently. True. I still think they'd lose it on the back of that, but at least it would have been a bit more of a fight, because that was honestly just a decimation.
But now we're at a point where, for IG, we talked about compositions, we talked about the roundup here and how things look. I mean, they're strong in the middle part of the game here, Aux, and RA, they need the Azir, they need the Viego to have so many more items, so much more time. But IG can keep pushing tempo, and now with the Baron buff, wait, it's expiring, excuse me. With the Baron, that'll be coming up in a couple of minutes, and another Dragon, IG have their pick of the litter.
And you see now, RA are kind of just permanently pooping, because they feel more confident in that sense with things like the Taric ult, and because they don't really win in sides, because look at the TheShy, right? Level 16 on Gwen.
Yeah.
That's not fun. That's not fun.
And he's still deathless. He's still deathless.
Yeah,
he's 2-0-7 with 3 items.
Yeah, it's I don't think anyone on RA can actually kill him. I would argue, right? RA get a brief bit of invincibility with the Taric ult. TheShy just feels invincible, but they look to be engaged.
Call, and here comes Cosmic Radiance once again from Hung. Keeps him safe. Chains Corruption doesn't connect. IG deep, but Rookie's not dying. He's in the backline again. He's destroyed FoFo as TheShy underneath the turret, not taking aggro. He's needlework everyone from Rare Adam. And IG, where was this a couple of weeks ago?
Where was this when it mattered? Where was this when you could have made it to playoffs? Come on, IG. It feels like with the pressure off, they are doing what we would hope they would do early in the season. But either way, this is going to be a convincing win in Game 1 against Rare Adam. Or should we say Raw Adam? Yeah,
it was Raw in the end, wasn't it? A Game 1 that IG could be proud of. Nevertheless, if they're in playoffs or not.
It's so sad, honestly, the fact that they're playing like this, despite the fact that they make it. But I respect that. I respect the fact that even though they aren't playing to get the playoff standings, they're still putting their all into it. And it was a very deserved win. I think the thing you got to remember is that we saw Rare Adam have a really strong start, actually. The level 1 from the bot lane, that could honestly just tilt a bot lane out of existence. You lose 3 summoners at level 1, you get your AD carry killed, a massive disadvantage. But the critical thing was Shun. Shun played towards that bot lane, leant in there, applied the pressure, denied the gold, able to get Wink ahead, and Wink being fed. I mean, look what he did that game. Look at that damage.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts. I mean, Wink shouldn't have been in the game, though, Orcs. It's like watching two versions of IG going up against each other. The funny thing about Rare Adam is we've always talked about them being a controlled team, a team that, you know, they won't make too many mistakes in the early game, and they'll kind of just bridge out a game. that was an early game where they really forced things. They tried to continue the momentum, and they just made too many mistakes.
You know what? It was like they took a dish out the oven without any oven gloves. They just instantly dropped it on the floor, and IG was there to sweep things up.
Donkey.
It didn't work out well. And I think the big thing as well with iBoy being behind, he just ended up not really being a factor, right? I expected RA to lean heavily into the spot lane. I expected all that attention to be permanently there. And it felt like IG were the ones who had a better read on being able to establish that pressure, despite the fact of the disadvantage. So for game 2, I think you need to be more focused on playing sure you're winning lanes and providing the pressure for Leyan. But also, I'm not a big fan of the Azir. I'm just going to say it. We've had it quite a few games today. Hasn't worked. I think it's 0% win rate today, right? We've had it in 3 games and it's lost all 3.
Pretty sure.
Not a great look.
Not a great look whatsoever. But however, on the other side for IG, good stuff. Under 30-minute game. That sounds like Invictus Gaming. We're going to have a break. When we return, lots more Gordon Ramsay quotes. I'm going to leave you with one. And this Aux, this is for you. I had to scroll up. RA, they're getting their knickers in a twist. Calm down. We're going to go to a break when we return. Game 2 after